Hey guys, Shay here from Fool on a Journey. So I wanted to, insert myself into this discussion of tarot community, not because I want to make a video on whether or not there is a community, but on the responses and the reactions and the comments that I've seen going around that people have been making about it. And I'm kind of confused. So I want to address my confusion. First of all, I want to state that I felt like it should be obvious, or if it's not, I think people should really consider that the platform is called YouTube. The concept was that you could control what videos you made, and you could control what videos you wanted to watch. That's what YouTube is. YouTube. You make your own videos on your channel, and then you search the platform for videos you want to watch. It is completely reliant on you to participate in whichever way you want, as a viewer or as a content creator. Now, the other side of that is that if you go to someone else's video and then you leave a comment, you're not on YouTube anymore, you're on their tube. And if they would like to delete your comment, they can. They don't have to give you an explanation. They are not required to back up that decision. They can disable comments completely on any of their videos on their channel, on their tube. You can say anything you want on your videos, so long as it follows the YouTube guidelines, but there's a difference between you doing whatever the heck you want and using the platform however you would like and going to someone else's video and stating things. They get to be the moderator of their own channel. It's theirs. I also have been really shocked in all of these response videos that everyone is really quick to immediately discuss their emotions and immediately discuss their responses and how they feel and what they think and their experience. And not once did all of these tarot tubers, whether or not you believe there's a community, if you've ever posted a video that had a tarot card in it or a review of a book that involved tarot, you are a tarot tuber, in my opinion. All of these tarot tubers, no one drew any cards. How is this possible? I'm actually pretty frustrated about it, if I'm being totally honest. Are you kidding me? What do we do when we have times of conflict and confusion and emotional upheaval? We draw cards and recenter ourselves and our minds and our thoughts and our emotions, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? How has no one drawn any cards? So I have made a spread. I already did it for myself. I'm actually not going to show my spread. It was personal. I actually think I got everything I expected. I've been journaling about this stuff since initially starting my channel. But I just think maybe it's something people could use some contemplation for, and I did get a couple surprises. So just FYI, you may see some things that you did not expect. And it's all worth the exploration. So I suggest doing this spread along the same vein as Tom Benjamin suggested we do his Universal Shadow series spreads, where you look at the position and you draw 3 cards. You may take a picture if you would like, and then you journal about those 3 cards for that one position. Then put those cards back in the deck and draw 3 cards for the next position, because the crossover between cards repeated becomes very important and very prominent and really says something and adds to the spread. Or you can do what I have done here in my presentation and grab 4 different decks. Okay, so position 1, okay, up here. And I will put the position information in the description box. Position 1. What are you getting from YouTube? Are you getting motivation? Are you getting creative inspiration? Are you getting community? Are you getting money? Are you getting attention? Are you getting spiritual guidance? Are you getting stress? Are you getting overwhelmed? What are you getting from your experience with and on YouTube? Position number 2, over here. What do you give to YouTube? Do you give your time? Do you give your passion? Do you give your heart? Do you give your money? Do you give your mental health? Do you give your spiritual power? What are you giving to YouTube? Now, after you do those 2 positions, stop and take a minute and look at the balance between what you give and what you get. In all things, there should be some balance in order to be healthy. If you are somebody who is getting a ton and is giving nothing, maybe you should think about that. Okay, I'm a pretty small channel. I'm one of those really sporadic posters, so I don't expect to have a huge subscriber number. But every time somebody just says nice vid down below a video of mine, I'm ecstatic. That little tiny nice video, thanks for filming, whatever. I love it. Okay, so if all you're doing is watching, maybe think about logging in and starting to click the like button. You know, just something to think about. Okay, if you're someone who's giving and giving and giving and all this time and all this money and all this effort and you feel like you're getting nothing, that is definitely something else to evaluate. You really need to start looking on where you can find a middle ground in that. So after you've looked at those 2 in relation to each other, let's move to position 3, which is right here. What do you want to get from YouTube? What is the ideal, perfect place for you to be in YouTube? Do you want 10,000 subscribers? Do you want to be the tarot influencer of the world? Do you want to be the very first channel everybody gets on Monday morning to check their spiritual energies for the week? What do you want to be on YouTube? What do you want ultimately? What would be the perfect YouTube experience? And then, because you cannot get something with nothing, look at position 4 right here, okay? And position 4 is what do you have to do to get all those things that you want? Do you have to get better equipment? Maybe it is money that you're gonna have to spend. Do you have to spend more time being more engaged? Do you have to spend more time, creating pages on other platforms? There are channels specifically dedicated to how to grow your YouTube channel. Do you need to spend some time doing some study and some work? Are you trying to make a business? Because then you definitely need to do that. What do you actually need to do? And maybe what you need to do is step back a little bit. Maybe you're giving it too much. Maybe you need to make more videos. Maybe you need to remove yourself from situations that are bad for you. For example, I am someone who gets very nervous in a room, like physically in a room with more than 8 people. And I've learned personally that being in really big chats makes me anxious. Okay, it's not personal. It doesn't matter whose chat it is. If I pop into a chat and there's 40 or 50 people there, or 100 or 200, I'm getting back out. It's not personal. That's just not for me. I like the little ones. I can handle it. What do you need to do to get what you want out of YouTube? I don't know that this is going to solve every single problem, but I do know that it will for sure make a lot more intentional YouTube users and creators, and I think that that's what's so important, especially if we are going to sit on the side of YouTube that's meant to be about, not necessarily just spiritual practice. I know that there are just, cartomancy fortune tellers, and that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if we're sitting over here saying that this is a good guide, that we can tell people, use these cards to explain things to you. Okay, well, let's explain ourselves with the cards too. So maybe this spread will fix everything, maybe it won't, but at the very least, it will give you intentions. It will tell you what you're doing and why you're doing it and what you need to do to make it better, and all of those wonderful, great things that we talk about tarot being able to do. So, in my opinion, let's throw more cards and less emotional reactions onto this little corner of YouTube that is TarotTube. And as always, Thanks for watching.